Stay where your feet are, right? Worry about July and August, not December and January.
Master the disciplines of your craft.
Building a foundation.
Get locked in. I don't give a fuck about you being fatigued, because this is what it's going to be in the game. It's going to be hot. It's going to be heavy. We're going to be breathing hard. You got to focus and get the job done. Y'all understand where I'm coming from? Sir. Fatigue make cows out of all of us if you let it. Don't let it. Dig deep and work. Work. That's all we got. Work. Work don't give a it just want to get done. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It just want to get done, so let's get done. All right, here we go, let's go.
See, I just go out there and play. I don't really care about the rankings. I just go out there and show people that I can do whatever I want. I can really play. I can play offense. I can play defense. If you need me to play quarterback, I can play quarterback. I'm all over the field. And
a reporter who happened to be a brother had a story they were working on. And the story was about to come out when the information was accumulated. The brother was taken off the story, according to people close to Deion Sanders. And in return, it was given to somebody who was white. Primetime Deion Sanders had a problem with that. He may not tell you. Most other folks may not know. I'm telling you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for tuning in to Sports Talk with B. Watts Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. We want to thank our sponsor tonight, Ameris Bank. If you need a checking, CD, loan, saving account, call the bank at 770-775-8300. They will help you to the best of their ability. We want to thank them for being our sponsor tonight. And we have an exciting show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo football team fall camp, and we're going to go over the videos or the words from Ray Lewis when he spoke to the team. So at this time, I'm going to bring the panel up, and we're going to get into it. What's going on, Coach Ray?
What's going on, B. Watts? What's going on, Papa? How you feel?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. What's up, Mr. Wood?
What's up, fellas? Looking great out there. Looking great. What's going on?
Shoot,
What's
man.
going on?
What's going on, Coach Dre?
Guess we're still waiting on Rob. But
No, he gonna
hey,
be a little late. He gonna be a
that,
little late. He gonna be a little late, Papa.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We can go and get into it. Coach Prime took his football team off campus for all off-campus practice. I watched it. I think I watched the first half of it on Alpine Garage. He was broadcasting it live, and I seen some things that I liked. Saw some things of concern, but anyway, I still think the team looked good, and it was a good thing that Coach Prime did that for the city of Denver, because some of those kids that was there probably never get a chance to see those guys play anyway. So you got to give Coach Prime credit for that, for taking his team out there so people are less fortunate can get a chance to see Travis, even though Travis didn't play, see Shador and the rest of the team out there in Denver, because they play up there in Boulder. That's where those rich folks at, man. So hey, but from what I saw, like I've been saying, Colorado gonna have the best defense in the Big 12, man. They you don't watch, they might have the best defense in the country. From what I saw off this video, even though I know it's vanilla, uh, you just can't. Even though it was scaled down, even though it was vanilla, that defense just stood out to me. That them pass rushers. One person that for some reason I overlooked, Coach Dre, Tajay McCoy. Man, he jumped off the film, my brother, on that end. And every time they put him in there, he was bringing that smoke. They couldn't block him. I know he got 3 sacks. Now I didn't see what happened at the end, but from what I saw, when they put him and BJ Green on the same side and both of them standing up, shit. I mean, everybody came back to Jordan Seaton, but he couldn't block both of them guys, man. They were standing up. He just take one closer to him. But that's what I saw, man. I just like the energy the defense brought, and that just gonna be hard to deal with. I don't know what y'all saw. That's what I saw. That's what stood out for me from what I saw.
I mean, once I went back and watched it, we played Friday night, so I had to go back and watch it Saturday. Um, Tajay McCoy, I mean, you probably did forget about him because of the simple fact is you brought in all these guys, but that's what you want to see from a guy that's still there. You want to see, hey, I know you brought all these guys in here, but ain't nobody just gonna come and take my seat. If you come and take my seat, it's gonna be because you just better than me. But he went out there and played good. You gotta like what you see from the defense, and from what you said, B. Watt, you're right. It was very vanilla. So if it's vanilla like that, when we start putting in a couple of stunts up front, a couple of blitzes, we can hide a few coverages. Now it's what can you do with these young men? You got depth, and to win championships, I don't think a lot of people look at it. When you look at a Georgia, you look at an Alabama. I take one kid out, you don't even know he's missing because I got another kid that's just as good. And that's why them kids on Alabama, you don't see them kids out there being hurt a lot. Because if I'm hurt and I ain't available, hey, this other kid gets in here and he's just as good. I don't get my spot back. So, and I think that's what you're gonna see from these guys. But you gotta be happy with what you gotta be happy with what you saw from him. Also, what JB jumped off the screen again for me at that linebacker spot. That kid's playing fast and physical. I saw 41 out there a good little bit, and I like what I saw from him. But I expected that from him. He's played top-notch college football. And my sleeper, but he shouldn't be a sleeper, is Stoudemire. Stoudemire's getting healthy. He's showing you why he played as a true freshman, and that it breeds competition. Iron gonna sharpen iron. So I'm with you. They're gonna probably be the best defense in the Big 12. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Go ahead,
Man, you hit a home run with the things that you were pointing out. But what I saw was this one here. I saw kids getting developed. That's the first thing for all those people out there who said Coach Prime now can't develop no kids. Well, they look like they're getting developed to me. And I mean, they are getting developed physically, mentally, and then when it comes to the football aspect of it. The second thing I saw was this one here. Coach Prime provided everyone out there the opportunity to get reps. So when somebody start crying, I'll say it again. When somebody start crying, come out there not getting no reps, that's not true. Because he has videotape showing that the first, second, and third are getting quite a few reps. That's going to settle down a little bit because once you get your roster selected of who's going to be 1, 2, and 3, the depth charts, the reps are going to get decreased. The third thing I saw was this here. Them DBs. Oh my goodness. Travis is not even out there, and it's like glue. They really played well. People are talking about Shepard. Shepard made outstanding catches. Jimmy Horn made a catch that I'm talking, that's ESPN like. that's over the shoulder, that right shoulder. Jimmy Horn is putting levels when it pertains to his speed that Timmons look good. The running backs, the DBs, the ends, and the front seven, fantastic. Fantastic. All of those guys and wide receivers, fantastic day. Uh, the offensive line is going to be a work in progress. And it's nothing bad. I like that they played the way they played. And the reason I say I like that is because it forces them to get back in there and not get on their laurels of, oh man, we made it. Nobody made it. The defense ain't made it. It's time for everybody to buckle up and get ready.
What's up, Rob?
What's going on? What's going
How you
on?
doing, man?
Hey, Buff Nation, what's going on? What's going on, B. Watts? What's going on, my brother, Coach Dre? What's going on, Uncle Steve? Man, a beautiful sight, Coach Prime giving back to the city of Denver.
Right,
First to have a practice there. I think that's what we got to start there first, right? A lot of
right.
people miss over that step of, yes, it was open scrimmage, but just to get back to the city of to the city of Denver, the people that can't make it to Boulder, that can't see this team, to be able to give them that opportunity to see this team. You got to get a hats up to Coach and his staff and all the people that put the work in to get this done at the last minute from the NCAA, taking all day to approve it. But appreciate that. But when you look back at, what you see from the scrimmage, a lot of stuff that was put on film, we're not gonna see in a real game. So you got to see the up and down flows of what this team could look like. You see a lot of potential when this team is executing at a high level, what the offense could look like when this defense is flying around at a high level. They can really get out to the quarterback. So when you break everything down, there's a lot of good more than bad out of there that you could take out of there. And I know everybody wants to get on the offensive line. Just be patient, right? You got a starter that wasn't in the lineup. That's the first thing you take from that. And then you got any stunts and schemes that they're going to potentially run in the game. They can't show that out there because you don't know who's out there watching along with Buff Nation, right? You got somebody could be a Nebraska from North Dakota State, Kansas State. You don't know who's out there in the crowd. You don't know who's affiliated to who. So you can't show a lot of things on out there in the open. So to show something vanilla, some basic stuff, and see how they execute, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, good point, fellas. Good point. Good point on everything. Now, Miss D done went through the whole show on so I got to rewind this thing. I'm gonna start with you, Coach Dre. When I look at the wide receivers group, some things that I saw when Travis wasn't playing. Rob, I thought Amarion Miller was gonna be that field receiver, but it looked like it's gonna be Timmons. Because Timmons was in there when they first started, when I seen the video. And then when Shadur them came out the field, they were sitting on his bench and he was going over the routes, the plays, or what do you want. And I saw Jimmy Horn Jr. sitting with him, LeJounte, Will Shepard, and Terrell Timmons. When you look at the depth of this wide receiver group, Coach Dre, it's gonna be hard to stop him, bro. Timmons caught about 5 or 6 passes as a number 4 receiver.
What you do, what it makes you do is you can't. It makes the team not be able to double team. You gonna have to play them straight up, and you're gonna have to blitz and not try to give Shador time because if you do, he gonna pick you apart. Again, I'm not really worried. I think I know we pretty much know who the 4 starters will be or gonna be. But if you in that 8-man rotation, you ought to feel good. I think you're gonna play. I saw a lot of good things from Timmons. I think Baby T.O. had a good play. Uh, Miller's that guy. I'm not really worried about him. But what it's showing you is you going up against some high quality. He made a heck of a catch in the end zone. It just was out of bounds.
Right.
So he's been putting in the work. Again, it's not about who starts; it's about who finishes. For me, when it comes to receivers, defensive linemen, But we got the best receiver core in the nation. I'm gonna keep telling people that. That's just how I feel. And when you got that kind of speed, when you talking about Travis Hunter, LeJontay Weston, Jimmy Horn, and Will Shepherd, and then when Jimmy Horn is playing the way he's playing, again, I got receipts and I kept notes and I heard the talk. But something that we have to play into is we always got to thought. I think we get away from these kids do have have a mental part of this game, and when you have to worry about your father and what's going on with that, I think with that situation being concluded this week, and they kind of know where to go from that. That takes a burden off that young man's heart, and you gotta love what you see from Coach Prime. When Coach Prime say, "I'm going to see him. I'm gonna go see him this summer when we get the time off." What college football coach doing that? Again, if it's somebody doing that, y'all call me up and show me, and I'll happily come on here and give that man the same kind of credit I'm giving Coach Prime. But you ain't gonna see that because ain't nobody else doing that. And so I feel like we got the best receiver core. Them young receivers looking good. I like what I see from Miller. I like what I see from McHale, and Mathis is just a route technician. He's a route technician, and so you gonna have to come. You gonna have to bring your hard hat when you come to play Colorado, and then you don't forget about the tight ends when you got Sam, and the biggest surprise is Smalls. Smalls is gonna surprise some people this season. He's getting back to that tight end type of weight, type of shape, and he can catch the football and can block. But you got to be good with what you see from the receivers.
Well, what I love the most, when you see this Timmons versus Mario Miller, people having this conversation. Here's the difference. In the springtime, Mario Miller was healthy and Timmons wasn't healthy. Now in reverse order, in fall camp, Marion wasn't healthy and he was. Timmons was. So you just start to see a reverse level of, who's healthy. It's not to say one of them is in fourth, one of them is in fifth. The situation matters. Where they are on the field, is it a red zone opportunity? They might go all big package, right? You might see a Will Shepherd, Cardell, Miller, and Timmons all together. You never know. We got so many plethora of receivers that we can do multitude of things, but they can't show you everything. So it's a good problem to have in that wide receiver room. There's still I believe in Miller. I believe in all these wide receivers, that he's gonna step up and get the job done. It's just one of those things. The best ability is availability. And when you ain't healthy, you know what I'm saying? That's another man just chopping wood and getting better. And so that's all you see right now is just Timmons is chopping wood. The rest of the receivers are chopping wood. And they just itching to get to the 29th, to get ready for that first game, to make some noise, right? Because that's when it really matters. It's all fun and games to, break down these open practice, things like that. But this all is a build-up for the 29th, where they get to see the real show, to go out there under the lights and put it on. So we just cleaning up the errors, cleaning up the mistakes to get ready for the 29th, and that's what you love.
What you're saying, but one person we did mention was Jordan O, number 80. He had a couple fantastic catches also. What I say is this here: you got competition, and when you got competition, all this is iron sharpening iron. These young men understand the only way they're going to get on that field is to produce, and if you're not producing, you better continue to work on your craft. The next thing, like what Rob the man said, if you're not available, Coach Prime don't have an issue this year. If you're not available, next man up. It's like the NFL, next man up, and that's a good thing, and it's a good thing because it's going to provide opportunities for the guys who are on the third and fourth, who need to be busting their butt to say, hey, I might be on the third or fourth, but I'm 1 or 2 plays away from being in that first or second spot. So you have to understand that, and when you understand that, it will help you enhance your game. So when it comes to the receivers, man, I tell anybody, if you're on that field, you are forced to produce, and you have earned the right to be there. So that's a good thing.
I'm glad you said that, Mr. Steve, because them top 4, hey, if they don't come with it, They know somebody on that bench ready. I got it, coach. Put me in. Just put me in, coach. Just give me opportunity, coach. And that's the part where it's like, did we really have that factor last year that we can say, hey, Javon Antonio out. Who stepping up? Oh, this year, hey, them top four, you better come with it. You better come with it. So you see, a head tap being tapped, by Will Shepard. Hey, he ain't trying to come out the lineup. If it was game day, Travis would have been playing.
Right.
You just saving him, because that's really what people want to see. What does this offense look with Travis Hunter and all the pieces around it? But the best thing about this is we don't got to rely on Travis so much like we did last year. So that's going to keep him more available for the entire season, which will make this team more better in all assets, right? Because if you get Shedeur Sanders times, points going to be scored.
All right about that, man. And Coach Prime took a lot of heat the way he built this team during the offseason. And I got a video that explains everything. Coach Prime betting on himself.
You got to bet on you. It's so funny that you believe in others. You would bet on others. You would support others. You would be there for others. You would even lie at times for others. But when it comes to you, you take a darn back seat. I don't understand it. I'm going to bet on me.
Coach Ray said he's going to bet on him. But then they said,
I mean, why not? Why not him? Or why not you? In life, in anything, why not you? Why not you? When you looking at everybody else's success, why not you? What's holding you back from being successful? I mean, it's just motivating. What he's trying to do is push these kids to be better than what they can be. I told my kids Friday, this is just a rehearsal, and so all you got to do is every day. I said this morning in my little morning message was, why not be great? Anybody can be great if you're willing to serve. But before you can serve somebody else, you got to love yourself. How you gonna help somebody else if you don't want to help yourself? And I mean, he's just betting on himself. But again, I seen this movie before. I've watched it over time. Some people are just getting here and just new to the show. I ain't new to the show. I'm true to the show. I done watched him do it in Little League. I done watched him do it in high school. I watched what he did at Jackson State. And so it's just what he gonna do. And he's just showing y'all. So you don't have to believe in him. He don't need you to pat him on the back. He gonna pat himself on the back. He gonna look himself in the mirror and tell himself what he did wrong. And I know people like to jump on our back sometime. Oh, y'all don't really want to talk about X's and O's, and y'all. I didn't say that you couldn't. That nobody's beyond reproach. Anybody can be approached. But what I'm telling you is, I ain't finna beat you down. If I know you made a mistake, all I can do is show you your mistake. But if I can't try to help you get it wrong, then what the hell I'm talking about it for? You understand me? So as for me, I know what football look like. And like I say, I get on kids, but before I leave that kid, I'm gonna pick that kid back up. Before I leave that kid, I'm gonna pick that kid back up. Because I want to make sure he can run through a wall for me. But like I say, what you need to ask yourself when you look yourself in the mirror, why not me? And that's what it all boils down to. Go ahead,
I go with Life 101, B. Watson, Rob the Man, and Coach Dre. This is Life 101. If you don't, the only person that can stop you from succeeding, my mother taught me this as a young boy. The only person that can stop me from succeeding, she showed me a mirror, and it was me. Period. I'm not blaming nobody else. I'm not saying that you're not going to have obstacles. Hear what I'm saying. You are going to have obstacles. You're going to have challenges. But when you bet on yourself, or that red or black 21, and you put the work in, and the key is you make good choices, and you get people out of your life that don't have your best interests. When you do those things, and I tell you another key, you be good to people. Be respectful to people. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Be kind to people and respectful. Blessings just come your way. And putting work in. So when I tell folks, you think I'm going to bet against 21? 21 has won in every aspect of his life. He's won. This man, look at his family. Now you see generational wealth. What you are going to see, bet on this one. One of the Sanders will become a billionaire. I'm not telling you which one. One of them will become a billionaire. So he done bet on himself and he done won big time. People are like, oh, you. One of his sons will become a billionaire. And when that happens, don't go on there and say, how do he know? It's a no-brainer. He has put so much into those young men to have them to believe in themselves and to work on their craft. And when he say he bet on himself, he bet on his family, and they winning.
We don't take this back, right? Coach Prime planted the seed last year. That's exactly what he did. He planted the seed, right? And when he planted the seed, he put pieces in place to see what was going to prosper. When some of those things didn't prosper, he stepped back and he looked and reevaluated everything. When everybody came at him talking that he didn't know X's and O's, that he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that, what has he shown you this year? All he's doing is going out there and watering them seeds right now and letting them prosper. When you talk about developing, when you talk about motivation, when you talk about life, when you talk about helping these kids eliminate distractions out their life, eliminate the people that shouldn't be around them, elevating them to new heights. This is what Prime talking about when you talk about bet on yourself. Because last year, he gave a lot of people opportunities that shouldn't have probably even had those opportunities.
Right.
This year, he came back and said, you know what? If I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this, I'm going to bet on myself. And
That's
I'm
the
going to
answer
get
I
it
look
right.
for. I thought Coach Drake was gonna say that, but I'm glad you came and got it. That's what I was looking for, Rob.
And it started with, I got to get people that think like me around me in this university. From the janitor to the person that's changing the light bulbs. Everybody got to be on the same accord when it comes to this building. And so now you're starting to see this plan. And when Coach Prime say it's we right on schedule, because everything that he planted last year, the stuff that went bad, guess what? He got rid of them. From the players to anybody in the organization, if you was talking and it wasn't the right saying and wasn't the right way, the culture that was being built, you got to go. So now you're just seeing what's finna prosper this year when it comes to Coach Prime and the seeds that he planted last year. And so we just got to sit back and just watch and
Right.
just be patient, because everything that he betted on this season gonna prosper.
I believe that.
I mean,
Also
when
doing
you look
also
at it, like you say, Rob hit it on the head. Every tree needs nutrients, but he don't need it from man. See, I think people miss it. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Every tree needs nutrients, but the tree don't need it from man. God give the tree everything he wants. You understand me? So Prime ain't betting with y'all. He could care less what y'all think. God gonna give me everything I need. And
right.
so at the end of the day, when you look at a guy who, like they say, has been successful in everything in life, but faith without works is dead. So if you have faith, you got to give you again. I say this all the time, and I know y'all done heard me say it. Everybody likes a rainbow, but to get to a rainbow, you got to have some rain. So if you ain't had no rainy days, then I don't know what to tell you. But I learned from Prime that you can't have a bad day. You can
Bad
have a
moment.
bad moment. You can have a bad hour, but it can't ruin your day.
Right.
And I think a lot of people let one little thing or something, somebody say to you ruin your whole day. Why? I said this morning, hey, this morning, forgive the people that you wrong and forgive the people that's wronged you. It's people 6 feet in the dirt, holding people that walk around the earth down because you never forgave them, you never told them you were sorry, and you never had closure to that relationship or that whatever situation you had. Man, forgive somebody if they wronged you because you're missing your blessing trying to hold back, and that's a lot of people are missing the fact. I think the CBS thing, and all the other stuff. I told you. Oh, y'all think Coach Dre say, "Oh, don't say nothing"? No, you ain't. You can say what you want to say, but it's the presentation. You kill them with kindness. I ain't got to talk to you, bro. When you feel like addressing your problem, then we can address all the problems that you think I got, because I really ain't got them. But once you can address yours, I can address mine. So you just kill people with kindness. The tongue is a powerful thing. The tongue is a powerful thing, and you shouldn't put your tongue on nobody because you don't want nobody doing the same to you.
Hey, but shout out to Coach Prime because he CBS. Hey, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. But check this out though. At the press conference, at the end of the press conference on Friday, they asked Coach Prime about the depth chart. This the answer he gave.
Last one, go ahead, Brian. Coach, just want to ask you, at what point do you solidify that depth chart to where you guys can be ready for game week and know where guys
probably right before kickoff. Okay. That's the truth. Right before kickoff. It's too many things happen. You know, somebody may sustain an injury in practice. Somebody may not give the effort that you desire. That's why you do little things like that, but you want to keep them safe. So you can see, put them in turbulent situations like the few days ago at practice. I stopped everything in the middle of the practice and we did gassers. I wanted to fatigue them, to see who would retain information, who would fight through the exhaustion. So we do things like that just to see what we got. You got to put people in pressurized situations to see what you're going to come up with. Let's do a couple more.
Does that also, real quick, does that also ensure that they stay?
Rob, everybody want to know about that depth chart.
And it's like Prime said, it's gonna change it till up to game day, and that's gonna be week by week. It's gonna be a preference. What do we need in the lineup, right? If we're going, especially on defense, if we're going against a running team, okay, cool. We need to have this front up there. We're going against a passing team, all right, cool. This is the package. That's just adjustments. That's coaching. That's what that is. That's just coaching. A lot of people just think like, oh man, a depth chart gets set in. That's what it's supposed to be set in stone. Like, no, it doesn't. It's called coaching. It's called adjustments. That's all it is. You talk about X's and O's. I'm trying to put my players in the best position to win. So how do I do that? Styles and matchups, that's what it is, right? So who gonna give me the best matchup to help us win the situation, or what we trying to win each down? We trying to get 45 yards each play. We get 4 or 5 yards, we moving the chains, we're being successful, we're scoring touchdowns. That's it. And so when you hear Prime say this, don't take it in a negative way. Just take it as there's gonna be competition in practice. You might be the starter today, but if you don't come with your lunch pail today, you're gonna be bumped down.
Right.
It ain't nothing but love, but it's just saying you got to be a pro at everything that you do if you want to play for this team, because I am trying to get you to be a pro. And you're gonna show me if you want to be a pro by every day coming with your lunch pail, because the scouts are gonna be here.
Go ahead, Coach Ray.
The depth chart changed because with Prime, it's simple. You ain't watch no film, you're not gonna start. It's the day of the game, and you late to the meeting, you're not gonna start. You get what I'm saying? So right, I don't know till kickoff who started. You could put on. You see, he being a real stickler about what they wear, how they wear, and this, that, and other. You might not start. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it really comes down to, because he holding them accountable on every level. And then he showed you guys why he's doing that about the uniform, because I think he asked him, he say, how many of y'all love your grandma? If grandma call you up right now and ask you for $7,500, you'll look at grandma like, grandma, that's a lot of money. But every time you get fined for not wearing the right thing or doing this, that's how much you got to pay the NFL, $7,500. You see what I'm saying? So, but we don't. Again, that's why I say let's not get caught up in who's starting, who not starting, and stuff of that nature. Who finishing the game is what we need to. We want to be worried about. What adjustments coaches are making in games. We might get to a game and see that this, and then this other thing I don't want us to do as a fan base. Just because the kid ain't starting, don't jump down and show. There might be a situation for why he not starting. This guy might. That is not that he. This kid is a bad fit. It's just this kid might fit us a little better for this team in this situation. Next week we might go back to the same lineup that we've been having. But I mean that's always the key thing. Hey, listen, I'll tell y'all a story about this weekend. Got to start a wide receiver. Yeah, boy, he was gonna start Friday night. Got to the game, looked on huddle. I had meant to look on it before we got off the bus. Looked on huddle. Oh, you ain't did what I asked you to do. Oh, don't worry about it. Come on, stand over here by me for these first 2 series.
At that tough love.
Yeah, hey, listen, but here's the catcher. We just got through with team meetings. He came, gave me a hug. He said, "Coach, thank you, cause it's teaching me about life. You weren't just trying to right. I wasn't trying to just teach you about football. I'm teaching you as a consequence to everything that you do if you don't do it the right way. Right or wrong, when you do something wrong, it's a consequence. Your consequence was you thought you was finna go out here against a big top-notch school and start and be able to say, I started. No, hey, come on. I mean, I let them warm up good and everything, go out there and warm up with the ones and everything. When I tapped them on the shoulder about 5 minutes before the game, hey, such and such starting. Coach, why are you starting? You didn't watch the huddle. You don't know nothing about who you finna go play. So, I mean, that's what it comes down to. But don't never get caught up in who's starting, guys. Let's get caught up in who's finishing. Because halftime tells a lot. We're going to make a lot of adjustments at halftime, and that's going to tell a lot about our football team this year.
Hey, I'm glad you hit that right on the head because halftime is the most important time. Go ahead,
I go with this. Players determine who's going to be on that field. At the end of the day, players determine who's going to be on that field. And if those players come out there and they show and they produce at practice and they check every box, it's not the fact that you're the first one to go out there. What you want to see at the end of the game, did you fill all those boxes up to ensure that your team won? Oh, we never talk about, oh man, Seton started. Boy, did you see him start? No, what we're going to talk about, man, Seton shut that side down, that left side down. When I say nobody got past Seton, that's what you're going to talk about. When it comes to McCoy, we're not going to talk about whether or not McCoy started, because if Hayes on that other side and Hayes gets 3 or 4 sacks, the only thing we talking about is Hayes. So at the end of the day, it's about productivity. And the next thing that we need to look at is this one here, how smart Coach Prime is. Everybody on that team is uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable because you can't tell mom and daddy I'm starting. If you do, you're going to embarrass yourself because you do not know until he put that lineup out there. These are the people who are starting and how much time you're going to be playing. So quit worrying about whether or not you're starting. Worry about this is what I'm going to do when I'm in the game.
That's a good point, fellas. But also doing that game, man. This what tickled me, man, Rod. Shiloh. Shiloh's up there, man. Shiloh in the go shut back. Well, this Hood took out. I mean, when he hit that hole, he was gone, man. He was gone. He left everybody in the dust. Shiloh on the sidelines, and he ain't gonna do that when I'm out there. Well, they put him out there. But Hood didn't run the ball. Well, let me back up. 2 plays before that, Timmons caught a ball. And Shiloh said, nah, put that strap on. He's strapped. The strap. So Timmons didn't say that. But Hood said something back to Shiloh. But the next play, number 26. Who is number 26?
That's Hood. Brandon
That's
Hood.
Hood. Who is number
Brandon.
23?
That's Isaiah.
Okay, I got to
That's
mix up. It was Isaiah then. Isaiah. I'm gonna play this video and you watch Shiloh. Not the first play. The first play of the video, it gonna show you the running back running. He ran a touchdown. But the second play, Well, Shiloh came in out with that boom. And you can hear him in the background. He said, "Man, you got the yellow jersey on. I ain't think you go hit me like that." Watch this, bro. Now,
That's your third. Ooh. Hell yeah, Shiloh. Nothing. Sir, Shiloh. I'm bringing it.
you can hear Shiloh said, "Don't bring that shit in here." You hear Coach Ryan said, "Shut up." What? Hey, Shiloh bring that heat this year, man. This is year. This is last year. You got to bring it, bro.
Hey, listen, we don't want shallow tackling in practice for a reason, man. We trying to make sure he's full go, ready to go for North Dakota State. Right? I get it. He want to go out there and put that wood to them boys. Let them know, hey, it's like that for real. You know they got me in this yellow jersey. It's like that for real.
Coach Dre, is he the hard hitting safety in the Big 12?
I told y'all he Brian Dawkins. I've been telling y'all that.
Boy, that
Hey,
boy ain't playing, boy.
he has no conscience. And Prime yelling at him because he don't want him to be hitting. He ain't
Exactly.
because he ain't supposed to hit. But Shiloh had done got tired of them breaking them runs.
That's exactly what it was.
He just, you get what I'm saying? He just had got tired of them breaking them runs. And so, and like you say, the dude said, "Well, I didn't think he was." You see the yellow jersey.
Yeah.
He hit me. Yeah. I mean, he lowered.
Boy, you got to keep your head on the swivel when he out there, boy. Mr.
He
Steve, I'm
out
going to play
there.
it one more time for you, Mr. Steve.
That's your third. Ooh. Hell yeah, Shiloh.
Somebody said, "Hell yeah, Shiloh." Sound like Travis.
What that does, it creates a mentality for the defense. You want to have a mentality that we are physical and tough. Let me go with mentality. You had the Cleveland Browns head coach, and he went out there. No, I'm sorry. You had the Minnesota Vikings head coach come and tell the Cleveland Browns, "You guys are too physical. You done hurt too many of our players because of how the physicality you're bringing to the game, the scrimmage." Now, can you imagine every team from now looking at that and hearing a head coach make that kind of statement for that team on how they're going to be attacked? Shiloh understands when you're out there, that team needs to know you're not taking no crap, even though they're your teammates. You're not trying to hurt anybody, but you're giving them a love tap to let them know you bring that crap in here if you want to. You're going to feel it after practice.
Boy, I just like when football been played like that. Even though I know Coach Brown didn't want him out there, Rob.
Hey, listen, though, the only way you're gonna protect Charlo is you can't have him out there. That's the only way you protect Charlo. If Charlo out there,
Oh, he say he's different, buddy. He is different, man.
hey, listen. If you ain't making no cutting, you think you finna just keep running straight? Okay, come on, find out. You gonna find out why you gonna have a headache on that sideline as soon as that play
Hey,
over.
listen. He did that earlier in the week. In the next practice, he didn't let Shiloh come out in the shoulder pads and helmet. He was just on the sideline. He did that earlier in the week. He came up and hit somebody prime. Shiloh, stop. I don't want you hitting. I don't want you hitting. Rob said the right thing. If you don't want, it's a reflection. That's what he want. That's what he want to do. He wants to hit people's kids, and so I mean, you just gotta, you gotta take it with him. But the one thing I did, this is the biggest thing I took from him. Everybody got up. They talked a little smack back to him. They let him know, okay, you're gonna have to keep bringing that. You're gonna have to keep bringing that for 4 quarters if it's me out here. So again, you just like the competition. You didn't see that last year. You didn't see that at all last year. Man, kid probably would have went to the sideline and didn't come back in if Shiloh would have hit him like that last year. I'm just being real with you. But that's not the mentality or what we're teaching this year, and I think that's pretty much what like Shiloh like Michael Jordan, baby. This the last dance for him. Him and his brother for Travis. This is what what people gonna write about. What is your legacy? What is your legacy gonna be? What will your legacy be at the University of Colorado? And I think that's one of the main focuses for those guys is what will they talk about when we leave? What will they talk about when we leave?
It's a legacy year for a lot of these players.
It is. It is. It is. Also, what y'all think about the defense back other than Shiloh so far?
Go ahead, Coach Ray.
Which one you want to talk about? You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
all of them look good to me, man. I think that's one of their strengths on their defense.
I think right now you it's a hard conversation about who the off corner is. Is it DJ? Is it Hood? I mean, it's a conversation.
It is.
It's a real deal conversation. We pretty solid that we feel like Preston Hodge gonna be the nickel.
Right.
We know Shiloh gonna be out there, and we feel good with Silman Craig. But that other off corner, we gotta have it. We you know, if some people believe that it's Hood, and some people believe that it's DJ. I believe that DJ will start. I just don't know what it's gonna look like come 2 or 3 weeks after that.
Hood coming on strong.
Now you put again. Hood is everything you're looking for, and
I think Hood gonna go with the one, bro.
When Will out there, I think Hood like going with Team 2 right now because when I'm with Team 2, I'm going against one offense, and that's what I want to guard. I want to guard the Wills, the LeJontes, the Travises. That's what I want because again, that's how you earn your respect. That's how you get your respect, and I like him again. Stoudemire's coming on strong, and then you got to give Isaiah Hodges big credit. Another guy to come and get him a great jersey. So for all that, he just showed so much favoritism to Travis. Travis the only person that's wearing the great jersey. When another kid showed you that he's legitimately a two-way player like Travis Hunter, he gave the kid a great jersey just like Travis. So what we're telling y'all is Prime is he's not giving anybody anything. You got to come earn it. And so you got to give Isaiah Hodges great props for what he's been doing. And you get what I'm saying? He's the kid. Y'all got to remember he's the same kid that when we didn't have no running backs in the spring game, they put him at running back. Say, Isaiah, go back there and play running back. And you got to love kids like that. So I was so happy to see him get a great jersey. And so
oh man, he was just getting.
He was cooking, man. The phone probably went out. Man, go ahead, Rob.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, Steve.
Here's what I'll say to this. I'm more ready to go to a single high safety. The hell have 2 safeties out there.
That's me, Rob. I've been there. Me and Steve been talking about that. That's it.
The more you look at this is why even fight about DJ Hood and Preston out there and Travis, man, just put them all out there in the field, go one safety high, and let's rock out, man.
Rock out.
So we so versatile is that Preston Hodge can put him back at the safety, and you can leave Hood, Travis, and DJ in the slot, or you can put Travis back there as a single high, put Shiloh down in the box for run support. It's so much versatility.
There's a lot you can do with them guys, man.
It's so much versatility, but there's a lot of things that you're not seeing on film. They might got that up their sleeves. This something they really practicing on, but you're not seeing it, right? Because you can't tip your hand for what you want to do, right? But to create competition, right, you need, your second unit going against your first unit, right? And on that second unit, you got Carter, Stoudemire, and Hood. Them boys ain't playing at them corners on that second unit because they going against the first team.
Right.
So you in a good competition stage, but this all starts up front. They are making the quarterback uncomfortable.
That pressure, man.
Life so much easier.
That pressure, Rob. That pressure. The pipe gonna bust.
We wasn't getting that last year.
I know.
We wasn't. I'm talking about pressure up the middle, pressure from the edge,
everywhere,
right?
The second play, Rob. I don't mean to cut you out. The second play of the game, they had DJ Green over center.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, dog, what?
They're gonna move BJ around. BJ gonna cause havoc.
He is, bro.
Hey, don't be surprised if they put Sam, they put BJ, and they put Hayden
Who?
out there at the same time. Hey, go get him.
Well, I saw Sam in a one-on-one drill. He did a spin move on somebody. God,
Yeah,
he Mo kept boy. Yeah, he looked
yeah.
real good.
So yeah, I mean, when you look at this DB room, you are so versatile in it, but it all starts up front, baby. It all starts up front. And as long as we can get home with 4 and let the DBs do what they do, we in good shape. We in good shape. I love we can match up with any type of receiver, right?
You
We
can.
You want to go to the small receivers, cool. We got a Preston Hodge, we got Colton Hood. You want to go against the bigger receivers? We got a DJ, we got a Travis, right? So we got versatility to move on any type of receiver. Where last year, the people that was causing us problem, we just didn't have a corner that can guard them. Let's be real, we didn't. But this year, the versatility with the DBs, we there should be an issue with a lot of these routes that's being run because we got corners to cover all type of multitude of receivers and tight ends this year.
What you have this year when it comes to the DBs is this one here. If you get an injury, no problem. Even if you don't get an injury, no problem. What you learn about Coach Prime is this one here. Stoudemire gonna get just about as much time as everybody else because he is gonna be on that field. Because when you're looking at things, you can't have specimens like that's producing and that's getting health, that's gonna be healthy sitting on that bench. It just don't make sense. Not only that, Hodge to me made such a big difference. Hodge settled everything down when it came to those DBs because that inside now is on lock. Because the inside's on lock, Travis already had his part on lock. Now you got you got 3 competent DBs when it comes to Stoudemire, Hood, and DJ. So you got competition. They get to play the best receivers in their conference and probably, best receivers as a group in college football. So when you're sharpening iron like that, I hate to tell people, you'll hear Buffton Prime talk about it. He loved their walk-ons because their walk-ons are on people like glue. When you're looking at 37 and 30 or whatever, the 37 or 36 and 37 and 30, those boys are on people like glue. So when you're looking at the total package, somebody's developing these guys. And I used to remember people, they don't know nothing at Jackson State. They don't know nothing at Jackson State. They don't know what they're doing. And let me tell you one more thing, and I'm gonna stop talking. What about the hires that Coach Prime is doing when it comes to at every level getting specialists? That linebacker coach that he brought in, 2 of them. He brought in the one from Michigan, then he brought in Idellis Thomas. These hires that Coach Prime are bringing in, people don't realize it's a game changer. These guys work special teams and they work linebacker positions on defense. So them DBs are on, man. And Jackson State, we didn't know what we was doing. So how's these people developing there?
I know one thing. Thomas is getting them edges right. I know
He
one
sure
thing.
will. He was talking to us.
Hey, I know. Hey, but I don't want. When I say single out safety, I don't want people to think that that's just a main defense. Situationals, you could put 4 of them corners out there single high, right? You don't forget about the Kim. You don't forget about the RJs that's back there. There's certain different things that you could do versatility wise. If we're going against a passing team and they go 4 wide, we got 4 corners that can go guard somebody. That's what
Right.
I mean by single out safety. So I don't want people to get confused that go single out safety the entire game. That's silly. That doesn't make football sense, right? You
Right.
gotta be able to match up based upon what the defenses give you. So the versatility DBs, in certain situations when it's critical 3rd downs, you can put your best of your best for your corners out there, so one of your safeties don't get exposed. So match up across the board.
All right, stay right there, Rod. Don't go nowhere. Running back room. Talk to me.
Man, it's a competitive room.
It is.
It's super competitive. Right now, Charlie's the starter, but I don't think Charlie will end up being a starter when it comes to game 1. I think that'll go to number 7. I think he's gonna kick it off. Charlie's gonna get some touches, and Michael Welch. There's a reason why they're not running Michael Welch a lot.
They didn't run them all. He ain't hard to run at all Friday.
There
From what
is
I
a
saw.
reason why. It's telling you something. Either they're really positioning him to be the number 1 guy, or the 1A and 1B, you know, to keep him fresh. But there's a reason why he didn't get a lot of touches, and Charlie got a lot of touches during that scrimmage.
Good point. Good point. Coach Dre.
I mean, he hit it on the head. You got 5 guys in that room that can really touch the football and really go. It's a great problem to have. I believe that we're gonna try Charlie out there to start against North Dakota State, but I feel like by the time we get to the corn, it'll be 7 or Michael, and Charlie will get some touches. And you can't discount 23 from Arkansas. Again, I think Hood will play in 4 games. But I think he's gonna be the guy to get red-shirted because I just don't. It's not enough balls to go around for everybody to touch to get the touches that they want. And I wouldn't want to use up a year on that kid, knowing that it's a possibility that if Hayden go out there and do what he's supposed to do, and he gets a high draft grade, he might leave. I think this is Charlie's last ride. So you know that those guys will be gone, and then you have a great running back room to go off of. But you gotta feel real good. And you know my guy Maka, he's ready. But I like what I see from 7. I just think he's every down back. I think he can run it in between the tackles. He can run it outside. He can catch it out the backfield, and he can pick up the blitz on pass.
Coach Dre, I think he's gonna be the first day start.
Yeah, I just think Prime. I just think he go. I just think when we first run out there against North Dakota State, our first offensive play, I just think it's gonna be Charlie out there. Now after that, you know, all bets are off. I just think that's what it's gonna be. But if it doesn't, I don't think nobody will be upset. If it's not like that, I don't think nobody will be upset, and that's including Charlie. I don't think nobody will be upset.
He gonna get some touches, but I don't think he gonna. I really do think he's gonna start number 7.
I got Charlie going out there first play of the game, and I also have Charlie. They're going to provide Charlie an opportunity to score because if I'm not mistaken, he's never scored in a game. So if that's the case, he'll get an opportunity to do that, to get a score for his legacy when it pertains to Colorado and what he's brought to that. And you got to realize the fans. Man, what is that going to do for the fans? Because those CU fans love Charlie. He's a great story, and he's earned it. You're not giving him anything; he's earned it. But what you're going to see is this one here. Charlie has tapped. William Gardner already said he's maximized his potential, but those other guys haven't. Those other guys ain't scratched their potential. So what you're going to have, Charlie's going to get his opportunity because he earned it. And what's going to happen? You're going to see the studs, what I call it. Then you're going to see the studs come in because when you start seeing people just like that scrimmage, Hood got a 15-yarder that was unreal. You're going to see your boy Hayden just sweet. He starts this way, cuts this way, boom. You're going to see the young man Augusta run like Eric Dickerson, high and running and lean forward. Micah, you're going to see him. He did a 15-yarder. So it all goes with, you're going to see that, but what an issue to have. Didn't people say Flea didn't know what he was doing? I thought people say Flea didn't know what he was doing. They said Flea, he don't even know how to coach. That's what they said. Now, how all of a sudden
what they said was Coach Prime was just hiring his homeboy.
Yeah.
They were just.
Well, you don't got Coach Dre started.
But that's what they said.
Just hiring his homeboy. They were just all Coach Prime did was hire his homeboys. Them guys don't know how to coach. He just hired his homeboys. That's all he did.
Hey, Mr. Steve, didn't I say something about Charlie Alfred like last year?
You definitely did.
And everybody was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know.
They talked. They had a lot of smack to say, but I leave those people alone. Bless their heart. But at the end of the day, is this here? Bless their heart. Ain't no. Everybody have their opinion, and that's fine. That's what makes us so. That's what makes this so beautiful. Everybody's coming now with their knowledge that they have, and they're formulating their opinions. That's great. But all I say is this one here. your opinions are going to be proven or unproven. Now, you can't tell me somebody can't coach when I'm looking at the results of, man, these people produce. You know, these young men, you can see the growth. And when you start seeing that, it shuts a lot of mouths. And that's what you're going to see. So I'm like, hey, I just look forward to Thursday. I look forward to doing what I need to do to make sure that all those people who with that 5 and 7 crap, I look forward to it. I look forward to it. So
All right.
But
Hey, Mr. Steve, stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Let's talk about the linebacker room. How they look Friday?
the linebacker room, what I saw was this one here.
Hold on,
That,
before you go,
yes,
Mr. Steve. There's one particular play, now I gotta go to B Watts right quick, because there's one particular play when Mr. 43 jumped a play.
Oh yeah, they intercept. Yeah, he almost got it. He a safety. He ain't no linebacker.
I
He's
just
a
want to know, because you
I
been
think
hard on him.
he's
I want
a
to know what.
safety. He's a safety, Coach Dre. He's a safety, Rod. He's a safety, Steven. He's a safety. And that, hey, let me tell you something about the linebacker room since y'all don't want to talk about it. Really talk about it. JB, JB, and number 41.
You stealing
Don't,
it.
don't bar the real deal.
You stealing it.
Don't, they show you how to play linebacker. Trevor do what he do. I give him that. Me
But
personally, my opinion, I would love him back there with Shine at the same.
it's situational football. It's situational football. When you have a passing team in which they're going to have some games and passing teams, Trevor is where the person that you want there. Because when you get an opportunity, they've proven, the numbers proven, and I have to go back and look. If you get an interception, if you win the turnover thing, it's a 78% chance you're winning that game.
True.
78% chance you win the turnover thing. That's 78%. And when you got Trevor back there for a passing team, you're more likely to get a couple turnovers. And that ain't counting the sacks and possible turnovers in that aspect and then the other DBs. So when it pertains to situational football, it makes sense. But when it comes down to a team grinding like Oklahoma State and Kansas State, I want Hill Green and I want JB.
Hey, you got a super chat right here. Dino up to score. Good show, fellas. Keep cooking. Appreciate it, Dino. Go ahead. Who next? Dre.
hey, I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I said at the beginning when I sat down and watched it. That's what I saw. 42, 41. My God,
Yeah,
that's what I saw.
that's what I saw.
But I always felt like Hill Green, once he got comfortable, he don't play big time college football. You get what
True.
I'm saying? He done played against some of the best. So I just knew again. But this is great coaching. This is another coaching point for us. I'm not just gonna hand this to you, Hill Green. You got to come in here and take it from Bentley, or you're gonna have to take it from Trevor. I'm not gonna just hand it to you. And as I think this, like I say, we got one more. You got one more full week of practice, and I don't even think this week is gonna be a full week, because once you get to Thursday, then it's gonna start game day. It's gonna get game week preparation. So they was off today. You'll probably go hard these first Monday, tomorrow, and Tuesday, and then you'll probably give yourself a day off or go light on Wednesday, and then Thursday you get yourself and go and start getting yourself prepared. But right now I feel good about 5 linebackers. I just told you the first 2. I like Webster. You know how I feel about Chainsaw, Bentley, and Trevor. Those guys Coach Prime loves consistency, and them boys are consistent in what they do. But when 41 and 42 was on the field Friday night, when I saw
One nothing going through there. Ain't no running through there.
hey JB is doing what he did at Jackson. Again, I don't think people remember, he is a true junior. He was not redshirted. He came into Jackson State and started at linebacker.
Okay.
For the number one defense in the country. I'll say that again for the people in the back. Dennis Thurman had the #1 defense in the country at Jackson State. Not just in the HBCU realm. He had the best defense in the country, and JB started on that defense. So again, another great pointer. Just because he came from Jackson, they didn't just say, "Hey, JB, it's your job at linebacker." You had to earn it. You had to earn it. And right now, I think he's earned himself a wager. Well, I won't be surprised when you run that first team out there against North Dakota State, you don't see 42 out there. And that's just being honest.
Rob,
I'm good.
you good? He ain't gonna make no. He ain't make no. You don't want to talk about Oh, okay, man. I got you, dog. I got you. Hey, y'all, let's do something different, man. Hey, let's I want to talk about this message by Ray Lewis, man. Before we get out the air, Coach Dre, Rob, y'all don't mind. Think I pull it up, man. It was a powerful message, bro. It's one
I'm
part.
telling you, Rabbit, bro, we hunting. We got to buckle up, right? We got to play hard nose. But if I'm saying bird, that's pass. Right? So now you can get loose. You can wiggle with them. But that's ownership. If I don't tell you nothing else, ain't ownership in the game.
Coach Dre, he said take ownership in the game, man.
I mean, you talking about a guy who's I arguably feel is the greatest linebacker that ever played the game, but far away from that, I think he's one of the greatest men walking the face of the earth. And that's just being honest with you. I just think he's one of the greatest human beings walking the face of the earth. He walks in his faith. He believes in what he's talking about, and he's doing his best to change the world piece by piece. And again, it comes back to this man done been through the storm. This man done been through the storm. To lose a child, like he said, you never come back from that. I can never imagine that. I never wish that on nobody. I would wish that on nobody in my lifetime. I tell my kids all the time, I don't want to stand over y'all. I want y'all to stand over me. So what he told those young men is that's what we like. I think we missed that point with what Prime is really trying to push. When he took this job, he said, "I got to take this job because I got to get more people that look like me in this bigger realm of college football. I got to show that Dancy, who's coaching at Fort Valley State, can coach in the big leagues. I got to make people believe that Willie Simmons is one of the best football coaches in college football all around. I got to make people believe that Nick Williams can coach football and can go lead a team and get the Lockley at and we need more Lockleys like we got at Maryland. And why Kevin Sullivan isn't a head coach right now in college football is beyond me.
Right.
So what we have to do, and then when we get, and I think people misjudge what I be trying to say. I want the best for us as a people. There's no disrespect to nobody else race. I love white people, Chinese, Mexicans, all that. But if y'all notice, if you go to the hood where I'm from, you see a lot of Arab stores. You know what? All the Arabs, they family. I come to find out right here in my own little neighborhood. I come out and find out they all family, but they all stick together. So that's the same thing I try to do with this. Like, that's the way I'm trying to do with this Colorado thing. And we all can just stick together and show that, hey, we can do this. We can show them that we can get on something and have good conversation, good discussion, and not cuss and fuss and do all that other stuff. And then now we can put these kids, we can put these people on a high market show and show their value. And you can be the next Stuart Scott. You can be the next Stephen A. Smith. You can be the next, whatever that is. You get what I'm saying? And I think people miss the point of what Coach Prime is really pushing. But you will see it in the next few years when you see people coming in to pluck people off his coaching tree, and you see Willie, because I believe Willie Simmons will be a Power 5 head coach in the next couple of years. Miami, Florida. If you need a football coach, that'll really help. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
boy, crazy boy.
Hey, listen, for real.
Coach,
You know
Coach,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
Coach J, okay, Rob,
Hey,
Rob,
hey,
hold on,
hey,
Rob, Rob. I'm gonna try this thing one more time. Coach J with the preaching on. Here you go. I'm playing the video one more time. Talk about the message that Ray Lewis was telling these players. I'm playing one more time.
We got a tremendous young man today that I absolutely played with, and he is all that and then some. He's probably the best ever at his position. Let's go straight to that, Josh.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yep. Let's go, Sugar. I need to see your face, man.
Come on the screen.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be playing. We ain't got time for that. I need to see your face.
And we keep failing because we keep trusting our talent. Your talent is just like your gift. It runs hand in hand with your curse. And if you don't know how to balance that thing out, man, let me tell you something. This life will eat you alive. And the ups and downs of wins and losses will start to determine how you see life. I learned more in my losses than I learned in my wins. I learned more in my failures than I did in my wins. My wins, they were cute. My losses defined who I am. On this side, on three things. I want you to think about three things. Who are you? Who do you represent? And what are you chasing? Those questions got to be answered before you leave.
We
He
got
said,
a tremendous.
Rob, Rob, go ahead, Steve.
What you have is this here. Sugar Ray told you this here, and it was plain and simple. Everybody out there is talented, but talent alone is not going to get you where you need to go. What you have to do is you have to put your talent and you have to combine that with your why. Why are you doing this? Who, what, when, and why? You got to know why you're doing what you're doing. Then you got to put work in. I listened to the whole message, and he said out of 130 guys that were in Florida where he's from, he was 130. But what
Right,
they couldn't do, they couldn't outwork him. They couldn't outplay him. They couldn't out study him when it came to that clicker. Those are the things that made Ray Ray. They made him Sugar Ray. He would not accept losing. What I love about him, and he also got people out of his life who shouldn't be in his life. And he gave his life to the Lord. So when you do those things, you don't have to be the most talented person. But I can tell you that's it when it comes to Ray Lewis. And what's still so cool about Sugar Ray ain't, I don't, me personally, I see him as a defensive coordinator and a future head coach. His calling is young men. You can just see it. His calling is young men. And this man is still running 7 miles a day, and he's still putting that work in that treadmill, lifting weights and everything. It's a mentality. You listen to Ray, it's a mentality. And that's what young people need to understand. It ain't the fact that your talent is going to get you there. It's your mentality. I'm going to have that. I call it Mamba. Kobe had it. MJ had it. Ray got it. When it came to Prime, they had a mentality that you can't beat them because they going to always bet on themselves and they going to outwork you.
I'm just counting days until, Ray Lewis shows up to Boulder. That's really what I'm counting on, really. Ray, let's go ahead and do it, man. Let's go ahead and lock it in right now. We ain't gotta keep wasting no more time. You gotta be up on the video screen. You can be right there front and center. Let's do it. But the biggest thing that resonated with me out of that video, right, when he starts talking about the ups and downs, right?
right. That was Coach
I
Ray.
think
Yeah.
I think a lot of people miss that point of what he was talking about, right? When it comes to the wins and losses, how you learn so much from your losses than you do from your wins, and how your wins can get you so high, and your losses can put you so underneath everything, right? Because
Right.
you're trying to win so bad, you forget about everything else in life. You forget about what's going on because you just feel that victory, you feel the love, the joy, and the minute you lose, everything just hits. right? And it starts to take you into a spiral. And you can just look back at last season, right? Everything was fine until that second half of the Stanford game, right? That second half of that game just took the CU season to a spiral, and they just could never recover.
Right.
And so those moments when Ray started talking about them ups and downs and the wins and losses, that loss played a huge part into the demeanor of those kids, and it was a mental thing now. Because now they start to question everything that the coach was saying because they got so high from that first half. And they forgot to just do the things that got them there. And now you're starting to see how this all playing out the next year. And how he's putting the people in place. And how he's putting the people to help them with the mental side of the game. Not just the on field, but now you stepped up the game on the off the field level. They just go in and just check on mental health for the players to make sure that they're doing and executing everything. So that message that Ray said is the plan that Prime already got in place. You just seen it executed at a different level this year than it was last year. And if people didn't notice it, everything that Ray talked about, Prime done already checked off the list.
That's a good point, that Rob. Good point. Good point. Coach Dre.
I mean, he told you about the peaks and valleys. You find out who your real friends. See, everybody with you when we was 3-0, we was the hottest thing in football, entertainment, everybody. But when you start losing, your friends went away. Everybody had something bad to say. You
Nobody
find out
asked
who
for
you
tickets.
is. You when you down in that valley, you find out who your friends is. You see what I'm saying? When you down at your lowest point, is somebody coming to pick you up. Well, that's what you need to find out is them your friends. Because if them people ain't with you down there in the valley, ain't no need of trying to come up here when I get to the top of the mountain.
Exactly.
Ain't no need of trying to come up here to go with me at the top of the mountain. Because all you really trying to do is just, and that's what he mean by you got to get rid of some people. Some people just around just for the ride. Just for the ride. And then when you ain't got nothing to offer them, I ask my kids, what do y'all do for somebody else? What have you ever did for somebody else? Or are you always the person who receiving something? You ain't doing nothing for nobody else, then ain't no need of you acting like you really their friend. You not. You really their associate.
Right.
There's a big difference between associates and friends, but Ray Lewis just gave them guys some real pointers on life. And like Uncle Steve said, it's a mentality. He said that. He said, I was out of all of the kids I grew up with and I went to school with, I wasn't the best. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even in the top 10. But they're not willing to do what I'm willing to do. And it comes back to what I told y'all we're gonna be this year. We're gonna be SOP. You gotta have a purpose. Ray Lewis got a purpose. Prime got a purpose. B. Watts, Rob the Man, Uncle Steve, myself, we got a purpose. And our purpose is to push this positive content out here every Sunday to make y'all believe that, hey, like I said at the beginning, why not you? Just why not you?
Right. Rob. All right, let's get back to football. Got about 10 more minutes. Check this out, Rob.
He gonna kill him. He gonna kill him.
That number 50, Dayon Hayes, he's a straight dog. What's the linebacker? What's the defensive end coach name? Dancing got them boys right, man. He got them boys right, Rod.
You gotta give Thomas some credit too, Delius Thomas,
Who?
because Delius Thomas and I work with them boys too now. Hey, at each level, you got two coaches at each level coaching these boys up. I'm just waiting on the 29th to get here.
That's all I'm waiting to see too.
I'm tired of seeing us go against each other. I want to see us when the lights is on and it's bright, first game of the season, nationally televised, and you sitting there watching. I'm gonna be a person, but when you sitting there watching it on TV, I just want to, hey, just take notes, make sure you write everything down, and let's go to work, right? I'm ready to see them go to work. You know, it's all funny games. We at practice, we doing what we supposed to do, but when them lights turn on, we gonna see who got the real juice.
All right, Mr. Steve, here we go right here for you. This one him for you.
Wait, woo!
Nope, he's in, hey, he's too tight on you. Hey, try to grab him like hard.
BJ Green.
It's called teaching. And when you see, what you need to realize is what people need to do is go back to Arizona State and look at the moves he had at Arizona State. A lot of people have those power moves and want to use their quickness and things like that. What's happening right now, he's learning new tricks for his bag. So he's building on his toolbox. He's like, hey, he's adding to it. And that young man is on a mission. When you're determined and have something to prove to America, he got something to prove to America that his best days are ahead of him. And when you see him on Thursday, you gonna see him in the backfield. He gonna be like Lawrence Taylor. It's gonna be a long day, partner. Get your cart right now, because I plan on being here all night. I'm eating all night. And so that's what you're going to see from BJ. BJ going to do it. He going to do his thing. And the great thing about BJ, and I'll leave it at this, he's going to motivate other players on the team, because the more he brings it, the more he's going to force Hayes, McCoy, and everyone else, because you do not want to just talk about BJ. You're going to be talking about the defense as a whole.
Coach Dre, we don't talk about this player here enough right now. Got to give him some love, man. The center. Big Fields, there. You want another one? We got to get Hank some love, Coach Dre.
Hey, man, I'll be the first one to tell you that I was very skeptical when we was in shorts. I was very skeptical about him playing center. I was like, I just don't know. I see him getting driven back. But ever since we got in helmets and shoulder pads, that kid has not disappointed. You have to give a hell of a hand clap to Lodeholst and what he's done with these young men. Hank Soliskis is a real dog. He don't talk, but he can't. I told you the people who the quiet is them the people you better worry about. You better worry about them guys. And all he doing is stacking days on top of days, stacking rep on top of rep. And he's not going away from nobody. Whoever you put up here in front of me, that's who I'm gonna go against. Whether it's Barnes, whether it's Block Bully, it makes me no different who you put down here. And that's what's gonna make you better. You're not gonna play too many more kids better than Shadozy and Barnes and McNeil, or quick as McNeil or Shane Coates. You just not on a daily basis. Not on a daily basis are you gonna get that. So yes, I feel good. I feel good at the center spot. That's the one spot I feel very good with. And I think the other guys are interchangeable. And you saw Phil Loho said it again last week. Nobody got a starting job. I ain't told nobody this to start at 5. That's what y'all saying. But y'all know ain't nobody here got no starting job, right? So y'all know that. Okay. So, but yeah, you got to give it up for 58 Hank. And he a kid that hung around. He another kid who you brung in this lineman, you brung in that lineman. You brung in people to replace me. You brung in people, but no sir. And that's the caliber and character of a ball player you want. I don't care who you go get, Coach Prime, all these people that don't give up sacks and don't do all that. Hey, they're gonna have to come take Big Hank job. I want to play. I want to be here, and I like what you got going on. So yeah, you got to give it up for Big Hank. He's been doing his thing all fall camp.
Hey guys, hey man, appreciate y'all, man. When y'all take on those clips, I ain't do all that work just to let them stay there. I had to show them, so I'm glad y'all bear with me on that. Shoot, they were sending them to me. I would cut them up. I said, yeah, I'm gonna show these. We might be out of line tonight, but I'm gonna show these. But anyway, want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Uh, Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. We don't take y'all time for granted. Understand that y'all could be watching somebody else or somewhere else. I just want you to know that you know from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all in the chat. And also, if you didn't make no comment, I appreciate you for just being here. I also want to say a special thanks to RobDaManMedia, first person I ever called about joining me on YouTube. No question asked. Didn't charge no money. He been here. He ain't missed a show in. Think we've been doing this thing about 4 or 5 months. Him and Coach Drake. I just want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all, man. Want to thank Steve on the back end. I used to see him over there on Raw Panel. See him down in the chat. He was positive, and that's how I am. I like positive stuff. So I asked him to join. He don't join. I appreciate y'all, man. One for y'all. When none of this be possible, I just want y'all to know I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. Saying it to your face, not behind your back. But anyway, if y'all got some last words, we'll take this thing round the horn. Whatever y'all want to say, starting with Mr. Steve, you the visitor.
Well, I appreciate you, B Watch, Rob the Man Media, Coach Dre. When you meet good people, man, I tell folks all the time, understand the company that you keep, because that company you keep is going to determine how far you go in life. I don't put certain people in my life with foolishness because of the fact that foolishness is not where I'm going. I got dreams and aspirations, and I've met quite a few of them. So I still got other things I need to do. But with that being said, B. Wise, we put it to you this way. What God has for you, he has for you. And don't ever let nobody tell you that that's not true. It might not. You might think, oh, man, like Bucky was like, oh, it's taking a long time. Don't make a difference how long. Keep putting work in, keep putting your lunch pail in, and keep your faith on doing what you know that God put in you. And you're going to continue to succeed. And with the family that supports you on this podcast land, we're going to continue to support you because you're doing it the right way. So Rob the Man, Coach Dre, B Watch, none but love for you.
Hey man, as always, man, we appreciate everybody for supporting us. If you going to the first game, pull up on me. I'm gonna be there. If you see me, don't be afraid to say hi, anything like that. I'm just super humble. I'm not this arrogant dude. So y'all pull up on me. Let me know. You never know where I'm gonna pop up at. Pregame. I will have a pregame show. Hey, B Watch might be live while we do the pregame show. So hey, y'all never know how this gonna happen. I ain't called and said nothing to him yet, but we got some plans. We on a mission. Just know, Buff Nation, we on a mission. Every Sunday, we're going to try to bring something different pregame. If I'm there, we're going to try to bring y'all something different that y'all don't get to see on an everyday basis. So y'all just stay tuned, keep rocking with us, keep supporting us. As always, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that notification bell. We on every Sunday at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, just come rock with us. You might learn a thing or two, you might not. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. We don't turn down nobody. Every opinion is valued, right? Whether you agree or disagree, right? Everybody got their own opinion. People have their opinion about us, but hey, we keep rolling this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, we on a mission to do something, and we gonna accomplish what we out set to do. So we just hope y'all just ride with us.
Appreciate it. Before you go, Coach Dre, I'm gonna let you close that, Coach Dre. Like I said, once again, I appreciate everybody. Don't take y'all for granted. Don't forget to tune in Tuesday. Me and Mr. Steve Woodland be there Tuesday. On Thursday, me and Greg said it, and on Sunday, right here, with RobDaManMedia and Coach Drake. Like I said, you never know who's gonna be on, but next Sunday, I know what I've got. I don't put it together. I just got to reach out, remind the other people. I'm bringing back RK, bringing back Jake. We talked Friday, bringing back Uncle Neely. All those gonna be on, and Life of Football, Colin, Duke the Scoop. Coach Prime, as you listen, I know you got the message. We're gonna be looking for you. That's all I got to say. He got the message, so we'll see.
It's gonna be one powerful show, man. Y'all better
It's
come
gonna be
pull up.
all it's gonna be on the panel.
Yeah,
I was trying to tell Coach I don't know if I get everybody on the panel at the same time. I can't go up to 8.
yeah, you can go up to 10. You can go up to
I
10.
can go up 10.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll work then. So we'll see y'all next Sunday. It's gonna be a banger, Mr. Steve. Coach Johns, man. Go ahead, Coach Dre, close this thing out, bro.
Like you always say, man, I'm gonna tell everybody I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. Like you say, B Watts called my brother and asked, would will y'all boys come on and do the show? Like I say, man, it ain't about no money for us. We ain't looking for no fame. We ain't looking for no glory. We just trying to do the right thing and trying to show that, like you say, you got a purpose. It's easy to do it when you got a purpose. I believe in B Watts. I believe in my brother Rob. I believe in my uncle. And so when you got men up here that can show other black young men that you can do this. That no fighting, no arguing. Like I said, I know people don't really like us. I know we know we know you don't really dig what we think sometimes, and that's cool. Cause hey, that's all right. That's the way the world works. But we ain't gonna never put our tongues on nobody or disrespect nobody. We just gonna keep it positive. Y'all just come through. Like I say, everybody, your time is not going to waste. We appreciate y'all coming through and rocking with us. Listening to us, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And like I always say, if you send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played. Prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Drake. That is my Uncle Steve. That is my man, Rob the Man, and the one and only B Watts. We'll see y'all next Sunday. It's going to be a banger. Make sure you show up.
Good night, brother.